A worst case attack on American soil. Is it possible? Is it possible that we could see something like this, a nuclear attack on American soil? Have we ever seen it on American soil before? I think that should be the question. Have we ever seen it before? Try to get that light right there. I don't think we have. I don't. But there's always a first. There truly is always a first for something like this to happen. That right there would be a to be all she wrote. It would be all she wrote. You may think, Gina, honey, why are you talking like that? Why are you talking about a nuclear attack? Well, Russia did their exercise, and we had the drill, and we know that lots of countries have these types of weapons, and all it takes is for one to use them, and then another to use them, and then you're going to have a mess on your hands. You are. Is anyone else thinking anything like that? You know, you can have something similar to that. You could have a dirty bomb attack by a group of terrorists. You could, homegrown terrorists, over the border terrorists. Yeah. Cross over the border terrorists with the gates wide open. Now there are people who do come over here and with nothing, and they work really hard, and they make a life for themselves. They make a life for themselves and their families. I'm not talking about that. I'm not. They give back in a good way. They don't take. They give back in a good way. But a worst case scenario, I don't know if I like that light on my face like that. How about I do it like that? I can do it like that. I will do it like that. A worst case scenario of a thing like this. I want to read about it. I really do. Hello, Susan B. Honey. This ain't a video that's going to be popular whatsoever. Look at this. Let's put on this Stars Insider. What to do if a worst case nuclear scenario actually happens. What to do. Why do they have these things out like this? Do you think they're trying to elicit fear and things like that? Do you? See, look like this. They start off with this as their caption. And I can't read that writing. But we might have some entities, so somebody that might want to do something like that. We seriously might. We do know that something is coming. And if you think about this, if these are coming from under the ocean, and if there's supposed to be different types of race of beings under the ocean, advanced race of beings, how do you know that they're not the ones who are doing it? Some rogue alien race. Gina, you don't believe in that? Yeah, I really do believe that there are some rogue things. They don't like humanity anyhow, and they would do something like this. They would. Let me put it back to me. You can see what it would look like, and it would be absolutely horrific. Those look like a great big ring. It looks like those great big clouds that you see in the sky, the roll clouds. You ever see those? They're that color. Except this right here is a circle. Let me put it back to me. This is going to get me in trouble. It really is. It's fine. It's not fine, but it is fine, you all. Now, you wouldn't want to have to live through that because the fallout would be horrendous. Let me see something. Let me see if I can put this back to me. The fallout would be truly horrendous. I can't get over here, you all. Let me see if I can hop over here to where you're at. Good morning. Good morning. Bridget, Victor, Michael, Arg Bees. Yeah. Little Rosie, honey. I think she's outside running around again, is what I think she's doing. She is out there running around. Yeah, I'm going to look at this just really briefly. I want you to look at this. See, this is not something that is meant to get out, because look at the chat rate. It's going to be suppressed. It is. So therefore, I can't make it long. I'm not going to make it long. I'm not. I want to. Oh, look at this. So, where announcements would be. Erwin Redlinier, a health expert at Columbia University who specializes in disaster preparedness. We got a lot of people who specialize in disaster preparedness because they're preparing for a disaster. Told Insider that the best way to learn of an impending attack of that nature would be TV or radio, and you might also hear loud sirens ringing out. Now, granted, we've never had nothing like that here where we're at. You haven't. We haven't. Let me see. Okay, you also, what it would look like if, when it goes off, it sets off an immense flash of light and a giant orange fireball. Immense flash of light. An immense, I'm trying to find an immense flash of light. A solar flash. It starts off as a immense flash of light. Solar flash. Let me see if that would be immense source of light. Would that be the same? I'm just wondering. I'm just going to do it. The Great Solar Flash. The Great Solar Flash event. It's time you know about it. The sun's going to emit such high vibration energy that it penetrates all the people on the face of the planet and inside the planet as well, and that it penetrates everyone and transforms their consciousness. It's like our body turns into more light. The coming Great Solar Flash is expected to occur approximately between 2021 and 2030. The event is the Judgment Day, the Rapture, the Armageddon, the Soul Harvest, the Samvartaka fire that all religions have informed about every 25,900 years. A great solar flash will wipe out all lower vibrational negative energy in the solar system. A solar flash. Now, would you all, let me ask you something. Would you say that a solar flash could be the same thing as a, what did I say it was, you all? Immense flash of light, an immense flash of light. Would you say that you could possibly compare it to something like that? The solar flash. Let me see if I can come over here. It says in the tribulation the sun will scorch. Yeah, it will scorch. It says that. Look at this. Here's another image of it. The first 30 to 45 minutes. Protect your body. You should immediately cover your eyes to make sure you aren't temporarily blinded by the light. According to Insider, a 1 megaton bomb could temporarily blind people up to 13 miles away on a clear day and up to 53 miles away on a clear night. Wow, that would be like a big solar flash. It really would. If it's nighttime, it's going to light up the whole entire sky, more or less where you're at. The whole sky. Let me see this. Now look at this. Okay, look at this too, you all. So we got this going. She's covering, trying to cover her eyes so she doesn't have to look. Lie face down. In addition to taking cover behind anything that might offer protection, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention recommends dropping to the ground with your face down and tucking your hands under your body to protect from flying debris and burning heat. If you have a scarf, cover your nose and mouth with it. You may also want to keep your mouth open to help ensure that your eardrums don't burst from the pressure. Oh my goodness, that doesn't sound good. I'm talking about if this thing happens. If you are in a vehicle, when a blast goes off, come to a safe stop and duck down within your vehicle. It's important that you don't stay there for too long, however. Well, everybody's going to be in a gridlock. If you are in your vehicle and a bomb like that goes off, you all, the traffic's going to come to a halt. And how are you going to stay there that long? How are you going to do it? You're going to be trapped. You're going to be trapped on the road. That's what's going to happen. Trapped. Then you got a sign like this. You know what that means. It's hazard. Hazard is what that is. About 15 minutes before the fallout lands, survivors of a nuclear attack reportedly have about 15 minutes before the grains of nuclear fallout reach the ground, and exposure to these particles can result in radiation poisoning, which damages the body's cells and potentially can be fatal. Gina, why are you talking about this? I have no idea. It entered my mind just like that. It really did. And then you're going to have people with their Geiger counters walking around right here. You can see it. Radiation exposure. The potential for radiation exposure decreases 55% an hour after an explosion and 80% after 24 hours, according to Johns Hopkins Centers for Health Security, which is why it's essential to find shelter as soon as possible. Aren't you supposed to be like around, what was it, like at least 6 inches? 6 inches, like some earth or something like that? Are you? We're talking about the things of it. I've never went over it before. You got fallout shelters. Well, chances are you're going to live in an area where there is no fallout shelters. Those were things of the past. Well, you got a basement. You can be in there, but what's going to happen? You're supposed to put as much put mattresses over you, put everything you can to keep the radiation from getting into you. You are, and still, even at best, I don't know how you're going to eat the food. I don't know. Find shelter. Red Liner advises looking for shelter in the opposite direction of fallen buildings. And it's going to be so powerful, it's going to blast the building. The buildings are going to get blasted down. Isn't that what happens? If you see a flash, they say don't stay there in your vehicle that long. But if it's knocking down the buildings, there's going to be people in the buildings, and then that's all she wrote. You want to go in the opposite direction of the falling buildings and in the direction away from the wind. If you aren't near any known shelters, try to get away from the blast as far as you can. Within 10 to 15 minutes, then immediately take shelter to avoid the descending radiation cloud. It's going to damage everything. It's poison. It is poison. Well, they got some underground tunnels right here. You can see. Looks like they might have, I don't know. Somebody's going to go in those fallout shelters. Yeah, I got to get a drink. I got that right on there. Let me get a drink of water. Excuse me. Now, this is important. This is some educational things. I've not really read all about it. The ideal shelters. Outdoor areas and vehicles, mobile homes are not adequate shelter. The U.S. government stresses that. Instead, go to a brick or concrete building like a school or office with few to no windows, and ideally basement for camping out. If there aren't any sturdy buildings around, try to get indoors and away from the windows. You all get away because it's going to blast the windows out. Hello, Athena, honey. You was going to say, close your eyes with faith knowing and lick your finger and avoid You know, your last stream was sickening. Oh my gosh. Yeah. 10 foot under the ground, raw dog, honey. Thank you. You all look at the comments because we got some people in here who have done their work. We got it. What's over here? We got a building. Those windows are going to get blasted out. Multi-story building precautions. If you take cover in a multi-story building, try to stay in the center of it, especially if it has windows, and steer clear of the top and bottom floors. Well, you get sandwiched in the middle. Shock waves can shatter the windows up to 10 miles away from an explosion, and that's why it's important to stay away from the windows. Well, these who can do all of this stuff? You want to shower immediately afterward. The first 24 hours after a blast is critical for reducing radiation exposure and thus critical for your health. While some levels of radiation damage are treatable, there comes a point when nothing can be done. You better be praying to the Almighty God for protection over your body. It is highly possible that you can be totally protected even during that. If God so deems, boom, you're protected. Gina, you making it up? No, I'm not making it up. No, I'm not. While some levels of radiation damage, okay, we already saw that. Okay, this is the professor right there. You want to get a shower. How you going to make sure your water ain't polluted? Look, you got some clothing. Take all your clothing off, you all. It's no good. It's got radiation on it. Remove your contaminated clothes. If you're outside during the blast or after the fallout arrive, remove all your contaminated clothing as soon as possible. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth, and wipe the exposed skin clean, but do not use disinfectant wipes on your skin. Don't use disinfectant wipes on your skin because it's no good. It's no good. Says the buyer, and off he goes and boasts about his purchase. That's a proverb that popped into my mind. You all look at this. So let me put it right here. Oh, Gina, honey, what you got going on? Okay, well, we got a plastic bag. What are you going to do with the plastic bag? Hello there, Chels. Honey, you got it. Every courthouse has a bunker in the basement. 10,000 Lakes, BC. Thank you, because we did not know about that. You all got it? Every single courthouse has a bunker in a basement. Good luck getting into it. Good luck, but that's good to know. Dispose of your outer clothing and your dirty clothes. I don't care if you ain't got no other clothes. You better get them off. They recommend you seal your contaminated layers of clothing in a plastic bag along with any tissues, clothes used to wipe your body or face. We're talking about the CDC. So now you got to get some washing done. Okay, we got it going on. Sorceress, honey. Sorceress 777. We're talking about... what's the title of this video? In the worst case scenario, if there were like a nuclear attack or a dirty bomb attack, what would you do? And it just popped into my mind, so we're going over this because there's a lot of instability going on geopolitically in the world and just lots of chatter. Shower as soon as possible. People who were outside during an explosion should shower as soon as possible. You're welcome. And use warm water and apply soap gently, as scrubbing too hard could break your skin, which is your natural protective barrier. Cover any cuts or abrasions while rinsing. And if washing isn't possible, use a clean, wet cloth to wipe any skin, hair, or that was exposed. You cannot use a disinfectant wipe to wipe your body off. Okay, that's what they said. But I guess if that's all you got, I think I'd rather use it if I didn't have anything else other than a disinfectant. You don't want to put no bleach on your body. What on earth is this right here? Don't use any products. Using things like a conditioner, body lotion, or face cream after exposure to a nuclear blast can reportedly bind products to radioactive particles and trap them in your skin and your hair. So that's what's going to happen if you try to. Don't use no stuff. You got to go natural. All natural is what you got to do. Did you got to bet on it? Gina got it on there. Let's get it. Okay, well, now you got your pets. You got to worry about your pets. Okay, he's so cute, the little baby. Yes, he is, or she is. Do not forget any spots. Make sure you blow your nose, wipe your ears, eyelids, and any spots where debris might get stuck. Don't forget to clean any pets that were outside after the fallout arrived by gently brushing their coat and washing them with soap and water. If you're tuning in Upper Books, honey, that's right. We got to wash our little babies. Yes, we do. Oh, you got some food. Looks like it's shelf stable food. You got some canned chicken. Looks like, or tuna. Looks like oatmeal. Pasta. This is some kind of milk product. It could be flour. Maybe molasses. There's a tuna. I don't know what that is. You got some olive oil. You got some other thing right here. You notice they didn't, could be some kind of Cairo syrup or something. Maybe water. Tomato base, beans, something else, you all. I think they're going to say food. Oh, eat only the sealed food, the food that is sealed. Okay, this is so important. You don't want to eat food that's already been opened because the stuff is going to get in your food. It's safe to eat from sealed containers like packages, bottles, or can, as well as things that were in sealed places like your pantry or your refrigerator. But the CDC recommends wiping off containers, cookware, counters, and utensils first. You certainly shouldn't eat anything that was left uncovered, such as a fruit or vegetable from your garden, because of the exposure to the fallout. We're trying to get some knowledge on how to, what happens. I didn't know all of these things. You don't want to have to go here. I've often thought about that years and years ago. When you're in a fallout shelter like this, for any particular reason, and there's a lot of people, and you want to be able to sleep, and you may not be able to sleep because someone is snoring, somebody's talking loud, you may have babies that are crying, you may have couples that are arguing, you just may have an overwhelming atmosphere of it's not too nice in there. And I'm sure a lot of people have been inside here and look like they got in there in the wintertime right there. How does the cockroach survive? They go underground? Or no, the cockroach, they're probably alien-like. Oopsie, Gina. They probably are like alien. Let me go here. Stay inside for 24 hours. Until you're told to go outside, you should stay in your shelter for at least 24 hours so that the risk of the contamination can sufficiently decrease. It's not going to go away. What was that Sherbinol thing in Russia or something? Look at this right here. They're in their shelter. They're with their canned goods. They got their family. They got their baby. Practice social distancing. Well, we've had lots of practice practicing social distancing. I think we're going to be experts at practicing social distancing. And this is going to make you even more of an expert to practice social distancing. If you're in a shared shelter, keep a distance at least 6 feet between yourself and people who are not part of your household. Why? 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 Why are they saying that? Oh my. Why would they say that? Who are not a part, and wear a mask if you're sheltering with people who are not a part of your household. Oh my gosh. This is strange. I've never seen nothing like that. If you're in a shelter and you ain't got no room to do 6 feet apart, are you going to say, I'm sorry, you can't come in here because I need at least 6 foot distance between me and you. So there's no room in here because I don't have 6 feet. I guess if you stretch your arms out, you could probably figure, okay, well, this is around 6 feet since I'm only 5 feet something, or there's no room in here for you. It has something to do with the heart condition. Well, I don't think this is going to be plausible in a worst case scenario. I really do not. That's right. So let me see this. Okay, we already read why. Look at the baby kitty. Yes, you had to stick your little baby in your jacket. Now, some people are not going to leave without their pets, you all. You got to do what's best for you and your pets. Have an order of priority established. Though you might want to reunite with your loved ones immediately, the priority is that everyone stays safe and uncontaminated in the first 24 hours following a blast. After that period, you can reunite and avoid exposure to the dangerous situation. Sorceress, your toroidal field extends out of your body 6 feet. Okay, let me ask you. Let me bring something up. Okay, that right there. Let me do this. So, Sorceress 777. So why? Wait a second. Let me see if I can get over here. No, it's not this. I want to. I'm going to go there. I'm just going to sidestep it really fast. I want to go there. Why? Is that why we got 6 feet under? Is that? Because our toroidal, I can't say it, field, like that. Also, that's really interesting. It's really interesting why the number 6 and why 6 feet under. Why 666? Yeah. Oh, you're so welcome, Gary, honey. You are. I just wanted to see that. Where am I at? Okay, I'm right here. Because of the dangerous radiation. There's something to numbers. Okay, we got some disinfection going on right there. We do look like a Dollar Tree bottle spray in it. Yeah. Keep your space clean. Keep your living area and shelter clean and disinfect it frequently. Touched items such as toys, cell phones, and other surfaces. Avoid touching high-touch surfaces such as doorknobs as much as possible, and wash your hands completely. Rose, honey, you won't give any idea. You won't give this idea any energy of mine. For God is my protector and my salvation, my ever-present help in time of need. Boom. What? Did you all got no sound? Frank Cooper, honey, did they cut my sound off for you? That ain't very nice of them if they did. You all, can you hear me? Okay, you can hear. Okay, we got a radio right here. If I had to guess, let me do this. Well, you might need to come in and go back out. They could have, no, I got sound on my end, but I will show you. Can I get over here to this right here? Let's see what they're doing to the live chat. You can see it right here. We got 200, we got it going on. So it's okay, Frank, on our end. Right here, we're trying to see, you got to have an emergency radio. Carol, you ain't got no sound either. You all can do. I got sound on my end. Carol, you ain't got no. Oh, I got sound on my end. Yeah. Well, I guess technology is blocking the sound. Okay, that's okay. We can do it. Applebrooks, honey, that's all that matters. That's right. So, we got a radio. Stay tuned in. Though cell phones, television, and internet may be disrupted, they will be disrupted. It's important to stay tuned in for official information, such as when it's safe to exit and where you should go. Battery operated and hand crank radios are a safe bet in emergency nuclear situation. So the radios have to have towers. If you're listening to a radio, it has to have a tower. A cell phone has to have a tower. Internet, I don't know. Yeah, EMPs, that's right. EMPs, so we got that going on. Let's put it back here. We're just going over the do's and don'ts. So you've got a basic, non-identifiable bottles of water and canned goods and generic flashlights, generic batteries, candles, matches, everything. So you cannot identify, so they do not say which type of whatever. tower or satellite. You see we got it right there. Just a first aid kit and stuff. You got some water going on. You got pull top cans. Have you noticed that? Now listen, have you noticed lately? Okay, though we had how to prepare, you all. It's going to be how can you prepare. We're in 28 of 29 photos. Though we can't live our lives preparing for impending doom, there are small things we can do to be prepared for the worst case scenario, like identifying shelter locations in the areas that you frequent. You can also prepare an emergency supply kit with things like bottled water, packaged foods, medication, a battery-powered radio, and a flashlight, and a change of clothes. You can prepare to do that, you all. You get a gas mask with a canister with the filter out the radiation, raw dog. So, So you got people in Mexico are convinced that the apocalypse is coming. They are convinced. You can see it right here. They don't know what to think. I can't live my life in fear and doom and gloom and doom. I will not live my life in fear. I would encourage you, don't live your life in fear. Live each day as if it was your last, but while you continue to prepare spiritually and physically. Managing your stress. During these stressful times, try to stay connected with loved ones to help manage the stress and trauma. And even without a nuclear blast going off, it's essential to take care of your mental health under so many looming threats to our safety. And remember, you're not alone in this. So we do have so many looming threats to our safety. Just look around. You can see it everywhere. And truly, you all, with this, what's going on in the world does cause a lot of stress already. There's people already dealing with a lot of stress and trauma in their life from events that just come out of nowhere. And this don't even have to be like a worldwide disaster. No, this is in their personal lives. So, yeah, I mean, you're worried. We're all worried at one point or another. And if they were to add this to that, then that's like, what are you going to do? Well, we don't know. You'll find out when you get to it. You can say you're going to do this. You can say you're going to do that. But when it comes right down to it, when you're in that situation, you're not going to know until you're in it. You can prepare, and you may even try to stay focused on what you're going to do. It may not work out that way. It may not. That's right. You're going to bug in your house. Heavy plastic duct tape. When I was in Hawaii during the first Middle East war, we were told to go to the, it was military housing, go to the base thing where you can get your light bulbs and stuff, and you can get plastic sheeting and duct tape for your windows. They told us to come there and get it for all the military housing on the base. And so we could cover up our windows in the event of something like that. And they brought in dumpsters. They bought in gigantic dumpsters, and they lined the street with it. And all your trash went into those great big dumpsters. Anything that came from any building or anything, it went into great big dumpsters. Nothing could leave the base. It didn't matter. I guess they were going to burn it all up or something. They were very, they took a lot of precautions against any type of information or anything going out. You seen where the eclipse happens, you do not want to know. You don't want to go out, hillbilly, hush puppy. I mean, now you got to change your name to Hillbilly Hush Puppy. That's kind of embarrassing. Gina, we know your face turned on. You got a little bitty suntan on your face. Oh, no. Did you just eat some hush puppies, Hillbilly Josh? Oh, my gosh, you all. No, you all. You don't want to do it. Jay, honey, you got to go. Yeah, we don't know the day or hour. I don't even know how that even came out of my mouth. Hillbilly hush, Peppy. I guess because it was hillbilly hush. Yeah, it's okay. It's good to laugh. You don't want to lose your sense of humor, even though times may be stressful. You still gotta, de-stress. You do, and you can de-stress from even when talking about something serious like this. You can. It is serious, but we do need to know how to prepare in the unlikely event of an unexpected cataclysmic event. Like this. We got it. Yes. Sounds good right now, a hush puppy. So I'm going to go, you all. There is, what I was wondering also, when they said that a nuclear blast would be, I wanted to see if it was like a, what did I put in? A solar flash, like solar flash. Of course, there's supposed to be a solar flash coming. And I thought, would that be considered an immense source of light, like a nuclear blast? Like a nuclear blast. Let's see what kind of visuals they have. Now they got flashlights. I'm not talking about flashlights. Okay, the great solar flash. The great solar flash. What would you do if the great solar flash was indeed a nuclear bomb, like the likes that you've never seen lit above the earth? What would you do if that was it? Really, it popped in my mind. That's why I said it, because it'll blind you. Look at that. The sun. It's exploring the possibilities. It'd be the end all event. The end of all. Just coming straight out, and then boom, that's all she wrote on. That looked like a little chasm opened up right there. The veil was ripped, and it is boom. That sounds like the Armageddon, the what is it? The Armageddon apocalypse thing, the plasma apocalypse or something like that. Plasma apocalypse, the ring of fire. That was a big gush of wind that it started blowing outside when I said that. A big gust of wind. Well, okay, that's a pretty picture. I mean, I like the colors on it. I do. Even if AI made it, it's still pretty. There it is, you all. So I am going to go. I just, we don't know what's going to happen in our world. We don't, in our lives, but we got to be prepared first and foremost right here. Gracious Heavenly Father, creator of all that is good, may you please give us the wisdom, the knowledge that we need, and the courage and the strength going forward. And if we need to prepare, just help us, guide us in those areas, whether it be material, get supplies and things like that, or spiritually, which we all need it. Just may you be with us no matter what we go through, and just our families and our loved ones, in the name of precious Jesus, amen. We want divine protection and guidance is what we want in our lives. It's the best if you have divine guidance and protection. You can't get any higher than that, okay? Because on this earth, it's kind of, it helps, but then you got divine. It's greater than any protection you could get on the face of this earth. So with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello, from my heart to yours. Love you. Have a wonderful rest of your afternoon, and thank you for tuning in. Give this video a thumbs up. You can go back and look at the other videos if you hadn't seen them. Let me see if I can pop over to another, pop over to my channel. Yeah, I don't turn on my watch history. I see no need to turn it on. You can see right here, Gina, you just woke up. You don't even got glasses on, but the moon looked a little strange. When I looked in the sky, it didn't feel good. Are you thinking this way? You watch this video, because you may end up having to be a leader. When things fall apart, you may be called upon by the people around you to be the leader, and you might want to listen to this video because you think, no, they didn't listen to me, so I'm not going to help them. Listen to the video right there. Are you thinking this way? And you better get prepared. And if you haven't seen this video, not this video, You might want to look at that. Something's coming, and you might need to hear that. We're up at 50,000 right now. You might want to come over here to the Matrix video because you see, you can see something flashing. There is a computer program that people can build with, and the San Francisco over here that's flashing, the San Francisco Live webcam, the WeWork building in Tennessee, they all did that like that, and they looked like we were stuck in a matrix, and I'm not joking. Right there, let me show you something because I took picture. Gina, you're getting off on a rabbit trail. I want you to know that everything is not as it seems at all. It's not. Can I pull it over? Let me see it. I don't even got any good vision. I don't know what this thing was called right here. Whatever this thing was, it was a program, and the San Francisco had these buildings on it, and then they turned back to the normal buildings. You go watch that video, you all. I am going to go. Did I say it yet? Because I'm going to say it. I'm going to push it back to me. Hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello. From my heart to yours, love you. Have a wonderful rest of your evening.